What to do, Internet? My name is David, and today we're going to be talking about Tommy. Tommy is a rock opera by The Who where a little boy named Tommy, after witnessing something traumatic as a child, is rendered deaf, dumb, and blind. Things generally don't go very well for him until he rises up to become the best pinball player in the world. As always, we break down our reviews here into 5 different categories with story, pacing, acting, cinematography, and execution. Let's jump right in. Story. This is a pretty out there concept. It certainly keeps you guessing, and unless you've heard the album before, you probably don't know where they're going to go with it. Even though I saw this years and years ago, it was long enough ago that I had forgotten most of it, and it was still a surprise to me at a lot of parts. And it was very enjoyable as a rewatch. I'll definitely give them a point for that. Pacing. I'm not usually a fan of musicals because they do tend to go on, and I can't say I've ever gone out of my way to listen to The Who for similar reasons. It can be painfully slow at parts, and they rehash a lot of the same material. The movie comes in at an hour and 51 minutes, and it drones on about the same sort of things for a lot of that, and I think that it would have been better served if it was a little bit more condensed, so I'll spare them the point on that one. Acting. There are so many big names in this movie. You really got to give it to them. Anne Margaret alone could have carried this whole movie on her own, but there were some really great performances, from Tina Turner as the Acid Queen, Roger Daltrey as Tommy was great, and the cast is a veritable who's who of musicians and actors alike, which makes it a joy to watch. Cinematography. Let's be honest, that's why any of us are watching Tommy. The music is great, the performances are exactly what you'd hope that they would be, and the cinematography and the way that it's shot and directed really brings all of that together to make Tommy a classic. Execution. This movie is stunning in every detail. It's meticulously thought out from the very first images to the very last. It encapsulates the time period that it was in, and it becomes more than the sum of its parts. This is a spectacle of filmmaking and a musical achievement. These last 2 categories are really where this movie shines. Tommy's not without its faults. It could have certainly been shorter, and there are ideas that could have been better thought out. That being said, I think that if you had taken the concept to any other filmmaker or any other group of people, I don't know that you would have gotten nearly the same success out of it. Every frame is dripping with bravado and intrigue, and it really sucks you in. It's epic from beginning to end, and it's definitely one to check out. Until next time, it was a pleasure as always, and you guys have a wonderful evening.